It's the Silverhairstacker show. Whoa, whoa. Silverhairstacker show. It's a big old show. We're having a big old show. Show of all shows. The Silverhairstacker show. Welcome everybody to the Silverhairstacker show. Friday, March 20th, 2026. What's happening? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? I got not much here. We're just having a show because we can. Saying hi to all my friends out there. You're starving for a cha-ching? Yeah. I could use a few more myself. It's kind of amazing how steady sales have been the last. If I look at sales, morning Mary, this year. Do. Sales have been just fairly steady. Not great. And last year, sales were just steady. Not great. I guess because I'm putting out the same amount of effort and the same amount of sourcing. I don't know. What do y'all think? Are your sales steady? I mean, sure, there's going to be, if you look at it over like a year's time, are all your months kind of level all the way across, or do you have like a really bad month? I don't have really bad months. And conversely, I don't have really great months. But everything kind of evens out. Even Steven. Morning, Mary. Morning, Anissa. Swamp, we'll see him when he gets to work. Sandy. There's Ping. I guess if you put in the same amount of work month after month, year after year, it's going to even out, huh? I'm a boring reseller. Boring, I tell you, because nothing ever gets super exciting and nothing ever gets. I never have like a $20,000 sales month. Never have. Probably never will. Or I never have $5,000 months. They're all just like 6,000 to 9,000. Let's see, my worst month. Well, yeah. October 2025 was 5,900, but that was because for 2 weeks of it, we were in Ireland. Sell the Silver C set. Yeah, that'd help. Boring is where the money is made. Yeah, I make money. I mean, it's just steady, you know? I was watching Kevin's last video, or one of his last videos, and he was saying the number one thing to being good reseller, the successful reseller, is sourcing. And that's how you sell it. It's what you sell. Morning, Tom.
Good morning. I was waving at Hank.
That's kind of the topic this morning. Good stuff to sell, you're going to make, or you're going to have a successful reselling business. And if you don't have good stuff to sell, then it's not going to sell. Yeah, I mean, some things are predictable that they're going to sell and sell fast, like those Navajo sterling silver necklaces. They sold the next day after I listed them. So, but I guess I need to work on my sourcing because it's true what Kevin said. You know that profit first reseller guy? Yeah, toothbrush holders are not good sellers. Joe, the profit first reseller guy, he's worked out his sources, and so that's why he makes 5 times what I make for replenishables. I don't believe that. I think you can make good money with just work out your sourcing to where you get good enough stuff to be successful. That's kind of the bottom line as far as Kevin's last video said. So, morning Mike, morning Corey, morning Beard, morning Ping, morning Chastity. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Morning
Good,
Phil.
good morning, everybody. And yes, and he's up there with Zsa Zsa in a swing.
Cool.
Um,
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
yeah, Zsa Zsa Row.
This younger crowd they don't know who Zsa Zsa Gabor was.
Yeah.
Was she the one that was on Green Acres?
No, that was Ava.
That was, are you sure?
Yeah.
Ava Gabor? They were twin sisters from Austria, or maybe not twins, they were sisters from Austria. And they were both actresses and such in the 1960s.
They looked so much alike.
They did look a lot alike. Just very elegant ladies.
Yeah. And the Oliver from Green Acres. I call my Oliver Wendell Douglas. That was his name.
Was he like the car salesman guy or whatever?
No, Oliver Wendell Douglas was that was Ava's husband. That was Mr. Douglas.
Oh, okay.
The one that was the New York City attorney that moved to.
Farm living is the life for
Yeah.
me. Land spreading out so far and wide.
Yeah.
Keep Manhattan, just
all,
give me that countryside. Do, 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 do.
I remember when it was first run. But I was looking at some of these old series. Their episodes were like 20 episodes for a season. And now they're good if they get 6 or 7 episodes. Because the season always ran from like September to December. And then all you got from the rest of the year or till the next season was reruns, which was from January to
They would do way more than 20 shows, wouldn't they?
Oh
There
my
was a
god!
lot more.
Yeah, if y'all don't watch them give Chris hell on Thursday nights, y'all are missing out. Buck Mountain Barn is a channel.
Oh my god!
They got on Chris last night. The best comment they didn't even talk about when we were talking about Corey had the best comment. I sent Corey a text. I'm like, man, they skipped right.
Corey's been doing shorts about some of the Chris stuff.
When they said that Crystal sounded like Down syndrome Tupac or something, he made some comment. Oh my! Last night I had to change I had to change it in my phone to
Retard.
retard.
Oh my god!
Okay, going back to what you were talking about, Todd, before I got us off track. So does he make a lot more money or have a lot more in sales than you do?
He sells 400,000.
Okay,
Joe-
how many hours is he putting in?
Joe Profit first. Well, his wife works with him quite a bit,
I
but
think he does 9 to 5, right? Because he considers anything after 5 family time. He doesn't work past
Right.
5.
but he's worked out sources. Was my point. He gets video, and he only does video games, consoles and controllers and games. And he's got a good system for getting it all listed. I mean, he's got
Yeah, he does.
this. This is how I'm doing it.
Well, also too because he sells. You think about video games and stuff as being a huge subset, and it is. But when you sell the same things, like he'll tell you about his Nintendo Wii listing, but it ranks high. He doesn't need to do a lot of promoted listings because he uses the same listing over and over and over. Just continually rebuilds this with quantity the same listing.
Right.
Why are we so in demand?
It's not that they're in demand, but people buy them. I mean,
Well, I mean, people want them. And they seem to? I've heard several people.
Well, why did you
Talk
buy
about
the 3D
these.
printer back there?
Do what?
Why did you buy the 3D printer back there?
Because I'm gonna make stuff.
Well, they want to play games, so there you go.
Well, no, I'm talking about why there's.
I think it's the simplicity of it. Tom, people like the old school. It's a game system that everybody can play. So if you've got families around,
Right,
it doesn't need a lot. It's not like you're growing a farm and you've got to put hours and hours into it. Everybody can bowl. Everybody can, what I mean. Most of the games are very. It's got an appeal to a large audience because of a range of people that can play it.
Yeah, Joe is. Yeah, he smiles too much.
Yeah, he's too damn happy. What the hell?
well, maybe his life is just good that he's just a happy old young person.
Hey, I sold this one. This is a good band from North Carolina. The Band of Oz. I think they were from North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they were beach music or whatever it was from the 60s, 70s.
Right.
How far, Sadie?
They used to be popular when we were growing up. There were channels that were just for beach music and that end of the world.
Yeah, life is good. Joe's gonna smile. The world goes on. But yeah, I watched Kevin's video yesterday about him saying the number one thing that for successful sellers, and he knows a lot of them, is sourcing. You have to get good product to sell. If you don't, you're not going to be successful. If you do, you will.
That doesn't guarantee it, though.
Well, you have to list it.
You have to have systems.
Oh my God.
I would change that, and I would counteract him to say that the quality of a good seller is systems. You got to do it all. You can't just go, look at me. I'm a great sourcer. Okay, well, if you suck at listing, you suck at being a reseller. Well, what if I'm a great lister and I list shit? You still suck, you know what I mean? It's got to be a complete picture. Just saying every I can tell you that every great reseller I know, they're not all great sourcers. They don't all have the best stuff. But I can tell you what they do. They have the best processes. They deal, you know what I mean? Everything has a price. You can make money on anything if you buy it right.
Well, you can't make money on toothbrush holders.
That's at no price.
So
I still think you should have put some of those over on Etsy.
Were you into those things for more than $10? You weren't, were you?
No, it was $11, or no, it was maybe it was 16, I think.
But look at the humor you got out of those. So that was worth it.
That was worth $16.
His cost per toothbrush holder was like 0.0001.
See, Corey, that's what John has always said, and I agree with John 100%.
Yeah, I had 3,000 of them.
John has talked about building the machine and putting whatever into it, and it kicks it out. It's 100% the right answer. And maybe I should make the video today. Commonwealth Picker was wrong.
Okay. That's hard for me to believe, though, because, guys like Tommy Bernard, once, he did the things that I do for a long time. And then he figured out some sourcing for excellent used athletic shoes, Nikes.
Yeah, he had a good source, but the problem is
and all of a sudden he's making a ton of money and not having to work near as hard to get it done.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden the source dries up. Then what do? He burned out some. His source dried up a little bit and started making different demands, and so he ended up. He's doing real well YouTube and TikTok and creating court videos and reposting and stuff.
Did he create a new YouTube channel?
Huh?
Does he still use the same YouTube channel?
He's got more. He's got multiple. He has one where it's just court TV, where he's just reposting court TV.
Really?
Especially on TikTok, he's making quite a bit doing that.
Well, good for him.
Because I don't get alerts on his, the channel that he used to have.
Not his regular channel. He had a secondary.
The pretty girl was his co-host.
Yeah, what's her name in Austin?
Anyway, I don't get any alerts to that, and that's the only one I guess I'm on.
God.
What was her name? Anissa.
I'll think of it here in a minute.
Yeah, I've met her 2 or 3 times. Both times I went down there. What was her name?
I met her at a garage sale in Austin one time. Gosh, she is.
Yeah, that's it.
Tracy Park. There you go.
Thank you, Mr. Bumcrack. I was thinking Anissa would jump in there and say what it was, but
Mike,
everybody else is repeating.
Like 10 people have already said it, Mike, and then you just pile on. What the hell?
Yeah, that's right.
She is tall too. I mean,
yeah, she's tall. I think she's 5'10".
Walked up to me and said, "Are you Todd?" I said, "Yeah." "Who are you, Tracy?" And she looked me just straight in the eyes. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall.
She's probably 5'10", 5'11", something. She's tall.
And we talked for a little bit at the garage sale.
So this is the time of year if you can pick up things. I picked a thrift store yesterday. I picked up a lawnmower that I need to put gas in to make sure it runs. It should run. It's a freaking Honda, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
The cheapest one on there on Facebook Marketplace is like $175.
Well, if it's a Honda, it should last for 300,000 miles. Yeah, Mr. Sadie, she ain't ugly.
So the one thing you need to know, and here I think I might have mentioned this to you guys here before. If you're doing that kind of stuff, especially at yard sales, and you see anything with a Honda engine on it, it's worth more now because in 2023 they announced they were not going to make any more lawnmower and small engines, and so they sold out through 2024. You can't, unless it's old stock, you can't buy a Honda engine. That's the best engine they have ever put on these lawnmowers. Briggs and Stratton will keep you working. Kohler, oh my god, but you can't kill the Honda.
But yeah, I brought up Tommy because I'm trying to prove the point that Kevin's right, and you're like, no, systems and processes. Well, yeah.
Just because he's got a big audience and he's short, don't make him right. It's you can't simplify it like that. You can't, and that's dangerous, and that's what I talked about. Anybody can be misleading. I mean, I know he tries to be nice to his audience and talk to him for 30 minutes. And I need to watch this video, so I'll make sure I'm saying it right. But you can't give people the delusion that all they have to do is find good stuff. You've got to list it. You've got, I mean,
and he mentioned that too. You have to do the work.
You have to complete the sale. You have to have a system that completes the process. Buying is just the beginning of a well-built system if you're a successful retailer.
But how many people do we know that they're trying to sell stuff that doesn't sell? Like half the stuff I sell. And
yeah, but you fall into the one category, Todd, that anything will sell at a price. You buy at such stupid low prices most of the time that those god awful reefs are a good example. You bought the worst pair of shoes, flip flops in the damn place, but you bought them for nothing, and so you sold them and made money on them.
Yeah, well,
I mean, and that's the. So what is good inventory? And did he go into anything about qualifying what is good inventory? Because to me, we had this conversation on the podcast yesterday, so make sure y'all check out the Joshless PPP tomorrow. Is the better a price of an item, the better the item is. If I buy this CD for $25 and I just sold it for $10, that's not bad because I've got a bunch of them. But what if I had to pay $3 for it and sold it for the same 10? They don't make it that great an item anymore.
Right. Well, he did talk about it's best to have knowledge on your sourcing, the things you buy and the things you pass up.
All right, let's cheat real quick.
And the longer you do it.
Oh, I'm about to cheat.
Yeah, Corey, you're definitely correct on that. I mean, I know most of it was just fluff, but the old Gold Rush TV program, they would run a lot of dirt. Lots of dirt.
Like you trying to change the topic?
No.
3 things the best resellers know.
No, Corey was talking about when you mine for gold, how much rocks fall to the wayside.
I know, but then I went to Lag and said, he's trying to change the subject.
Gas over $4. Yeah, well, whatever.
Whatever, Lag.
Yeah, I saw a meme that said a gallon of gas costs more than a beer. So have another beer.
And this and Mrs. Ass Pads.
Don't worry, I'll have you answer in just a second. Gemini just summarizing this video. Sourcing, the absolute king. He says it's the most critical. It's not even debatable. Okay.
I agree it does have to get listed, and
he does. It says he does say even the best source is worthless. See,
yeah, but you got to keep a bunch. Even though you have a good source for shoes, You got to keep something else in the you know in the schedule, because what happens if, like,
what are we reading about? So Hank, so Gemini is Google, is Google's version of their AI language model, LLM. It is the one that will read video. And so all I did was put a link to Kevin's video. Can you summarize this video? and copy pasted the link in there, and it gives me a 4-paragraph. So I don't have to spend. That's why I'm gonna make the video. Do you really want to spend 35-40 minutes watching Kevin when Gemini will summarize it in less than 30 seconds?
Hank, we're talking about Kevin Brown, the Commonwealth picker.
So that's how you do it, Hank. You just, anybody you want to watch but you don't have time, just so, like, let's do the one for last night. How many times did we insult Chris?
Gemini, is that the one, like, if you Google search, is that the one that, or is that something else? You know, because now it gives you like, if you ask a question, it'll throw
it is
all
built
the links,
in. It's built into Chrome, but it's not the
base one or the default.
Chris is Buck Mountain Barn in this.
Old Chris. Boy, everybody said be nice to Chris.
For what?
I don't know. Y'all being not mean to him? Like says be nice. Yeah, I'm with Momo. It was Chris. Lag says be nice to Chris.
I missed the first part of it. They said early in the stream, host noticed a disco ball hanging behind Chris and asked if it had baby oil on it. And what is his stripper name? Damn, I hate I missed it.
I know.
Monkey compare. He got on the monkey with STDs and will not let up the monkey with STDs.
Morgan Island and Carolinas.
Oh my God.
Monkey Island, rhesus monkeys.
Oh my!
I can't tell you George Jones saw Mr. Sadie. If it was the play, and you said, "Oh, that's George Jones," then I would, I'm sure I recognize the song.
Oh my God! So that I asked it to say how we insulted Chris.
So, what was the outcome of that video or that show?
You can't name one George Jones songs.
No.
Oh my! He stopped loving her today.
I have to hear it.
Oh my! Hey, Mr. Sadie, we're gonna have to ban Tom too. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite though is Conway Twitty because I love his hair.
What did
I could not stand his music. I could listen to almost anybody else but Conway Twitty.
Did you ever hear what Merle Haggard said about Conway Twitty?
Nah.
He said, if you want to see a collection of the ugliest women around, go to a Conway Twitty concert.
What was Dolly Parton's partner for such a long time that had all the glitter and shit on his down?
Was it Mel Tillis?
No.
Who?
Porter
Wagner. Yeah.
Porter Wagner, Mel Tillis. Oh, Mel Tillis. He's the one that stuttered, wasn't
he? Yeah.
But not while he sang.
Oh, it's just that's really.
That's 2 strikes, Mr. Sadie, because I don't like Elvis either.
Oh,
she must have been a teenager when she was on the Porter Wagner show in the 60s.
Never fighting words.
Yeah. So what was the outcome of that show last night you were listening to, or that video you were watching about the it's all about your sourcing? Is it all about your listing? And is it all about your price points?
Kevin covers his butt and according to the AI and mentions that you've got to list it and stuff, but he kind of downplays it in the role that sourcing trumps all of that, which is
And yeah, my best stuff sells fast for good money, and I get fewer questions.
yeah. But
I agree. The
okay, so
good product is
if
going
your
to
best
sell.
if your best stuff sells fast, what sustains you and makes you the money all the way through the run of the mill items, stuff that you buy at a good price. That's way more. Let's see. What about? I only got a few to ship this morning. Let's see what I got to ship. Because I shipped late into the day yesterday.
Well, Warren Reeves, yeah.
I know that's the best stuff right there. I got 3 left to ship for today. A Black & Decker food processor chopping blade.
Crunchy jackets.
Okay, so this is I sold a Nature's Own clay bacon terracotta casserole cooker. That thing took it took a while to sell, but I only paid $5 for it, and I got 35 plus shipping, so it was like 55 all in, and it's new in the box. Barely took any pictures. I don't have any problem with that. If I'm so good into something, I don't mind putting it on the shelf, knowing it's got a sales history, knowing there's only like 6 of them out there. What are we qualifying as good? Did he make any qualifications about what is good item? What is good sourcing? What does that, your knowledge? What is a good item?
He left it kind of. Oh, I mean, he did. He was pulling his orders. He said, "Now this is an example of something that's been in the store a long time, and it got sold at a lower price than originally listed."
Yeah, but look at that.
And then he
building
showed
of
stuff
his.
that sold quick and for a whole lot more money.
Look at that building of his. Is he building the building to hold just the fast selling stuff, or is he building a large building because he knows he wants to buy more quantity? In order to buy quantity, it takes time to sell through quantity.
Yep.
I'll feed you just a minute.
So, and he said himself in the video, you got to have a mix.
That was awesome. That demon possessed demon just attacked you. That was awesome.
Beth, what do you think?
I'm going to have some doors.
Happy Friday. What do I think about what? George Jones?
No.
What style of music does he sing?
He's
country. My God, he's one of the greatest country singers ever. We're talking about what time?
Well, he sounds like he's shouting half the time.
He does.
Who are we talking about?
George Jones don't sound like he's shouting. He sounds like he's crying most of the time.
I don't need no rocking chair. I do my rocking on the stage.
He Stopped Loving Her Today was voted one of the saddest songs ever written.
Yep. But Beth, we were talking about what's the most important thing to becoming a successful reseller. And Kevin Brown, Commonwealth, was saying, it's your sourcing. You've got to have good products to sell. And Beard's going, no, it's processes.
You've got to have a system that includes, because one part is not as important as.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of agree with both of them. But I mean, if you have crap, I mean, you're not going to sell it. So
right.
But if you have the best stuff and don't have systems, you ain't going to sell it.
Well, that's true. But you got to start off with the best stuff.
Yeah, but what do you mean by your system?
You can start off with medium stuff and put it through a system and make money.
I mean, you can have a really good product and have crappy photos, crappy listings, and they'll still sell.
He was
talking about some magazines he had, and he took a picture of the backside, and the magazine still sold. He said it's not always about how good your listings are. It's do people want it?
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna outvote you, Scott.
Ha!
Processes comes in a close second, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get it listed well, then it probably won't sell anyway.
It won't say if you don't have the.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, but okay, so you can have the best listing, you can have the best item, but if you can't ship, you suck. You ain't gonna be worth a damn. I mean, there's so much to systems that encompass everything.
Well, that buyer doesn't know that though, unless they look at your feedback. But if you're just starting out and you don't have any feedback, they don't know that.
Yeah, but if you're going to be, he said to be a successful reseller, if you don't have, you never learn to ship correctly, you're not going to last very long to become a successful reseller. Chastity. About the fourth picture in it, and if you've got more than 4 or 5 pictures, always stick a toe or a foot in there.
But I'm of the mind that if I could source more of the best stuff that I sell,
so how do we determine?
I would be a whole lot better.
I got an item that's gonna help you right here. Because it just sold.
Oh, and I apologize for the dirty word.
I bought this for $2 at the thrift store the other day. Little bitty clock that it sits on the desk. You roll it, it lights up. When I bought it, I only bought it because it was $2. But in the last 90 days, only one had sold, and there are like 30 listed. I listed this yesterday, and it's why I wouldn't have considered this a great sourcing item, but at $2, you know. Who cares? It'll make me $10 at some point. I didn't expect it to.
I like to look at that clock. If I was looking for an alarm clock, that would be the alarm clock that I would buy.
It's an alarm clock.
Because I like the look of it. If it was black instead of blue, that would be better.
Yeah. See, you roll it over and it lights up.
And it's got a crack in the screen.
No, it's still got the plastic on it.
What's that? What? Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I came in to tell you something, Todd.
Okay. Sorry.
That
she forgot.
Something that I did that I have never done in my 9 years of reselling. If you're queasy, people might want to mute this.
Okay.
I shipped a cockroach.
Oh, Lord.
I live in Texas. Our cockroaches get up to 3.5 inches long.
Yeah.
We are constantly being exterminated out there. I rarely see them. If I do, they're dead. And thank God, one of my repeat buyers who buys from me every single month, she messaged me on some other item and she goes, "Hey, can you message me? I need to talk to you. I don't want to leave you a negative feedback." And she took a picture of it. There was a dead cockroach in her package, inside the bag that I put the clothing in, I fold it, and then I put a sticker, a Dymo label on it. So yes, it's sealed, but there are little, on each side, there's a gap. And I have been so upset about that. And thank God it was a repeat buyer. She's like, I love your stuff. I'll keep buying from you. I just needed to show you. She said it scared the crap out of me when I opened it. And
people in the New Beth, all the restaurants I've run, how many German cockroaches are in the restaurants? I've never been in a restaurant that didn't have them.
Yeah, but I mean, and these aren't German. These are big.
These are Texas ones. Everything's
these are tree roaches that fly towards you, and so I am so upset about it. But I just gave her. I said, "You deserve a full refund. Just here's the refund, and and thank God, thank you so much for being so understanding." And continuing to
under
buy.
the
I mean, it was
radar.
like a 1 in a million thing. Like, and then, of course, I have OCD. So, of course, my first thought is I've got to go in there and open every single freaking bag. But it's
Let me
how
ask you
that
this.
happened.
You sell a couple thousand items every year. How how often have you shipped something with a cockroach in it?
Never that I know of. This
See,
was
that's
listed in February of 2025. I think I've sold 17,000 total over the years, something like that. First time. But I just,
so.
God, I'm just like,
Just every once in a while, something's gonna happen.
See,
yeah,
you just answered my question, Beth.
what?
You just came to side bearded. I would tell you that the reason why one of the things that makes you successful is you do source well, but your customer service skills right there, that's amazing. That's the way you take care of a customer.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean,
that's
there was
something
no question in my mind.
not everybody thinks that way though. You know what I mean? How
Oh,
many
yeah,
people
they'd probably say, well, I'll give you a partial refund or sorry about that.
they'd be
Or,
on Facebook saying, do you think this customer's trying to scam me? Did they put the bug in there?
well, and if it wouldn't have been a repeat buyer, Scott, I would have had to, I mean, I would have done it anyway, but in the back of my mind, I would have said, well, they could have just put that there, but I looked her up and I saw that she had bought from me every month she buys. So it was just a no brainer, but I'm so embarrassed. And
it happens. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens.
And she did all this off the, she didn't post something to your face,
No.
no, she wanted to be discreet. That's why she kept saying, and I said, well, can you message me from the item? Because at that time I didn't know I thought maybe it was a scam. They were trying to do an off-site sale or something. And then she says, well, it's not letting me. I don't know why it's not letting me message you from the item. And so then I said, well, tell me the item. Then I messaged her from the item, and she still couldn't get a message for some reason. So we just kept chatting on this item. And when I realized she was who she was, I was like, well, she's not lying. Like she says, I don't want to give you a negative feedback, but I think you need to know this.
Where's the baby? It's Friday.
No, you handled that very well. It happens. Man, the bugs in restaurants and how many times I've had to apologize and do damage control in the 25 years I ran restaurants. Ooh.
Oliver.
What I was saying before I had to go get him, Scott or Todd, they would if that had been their case, the people would have come on and said, "Don't buy anything from him. He ships cockroaches every place." They wouldn't have been nice about it like you.
Yeah,
like you
what
did.
Are you talking about?
You.
I would have been nice.
No, I'm talking about the customers y'all get sometimes. They would have been on there just screaming that y'all shipping cockroaches.
Yeah, somebody was looking over me because this was a repeat buyer and a good repeat. It's not like it was her second, buy. It was.
So, I think I've shipped an item before that had a bug or two in it, but it was like a stereo receiver. All I do is test them and clean up the outside. I don't open up a stereo receiver to see how dirty they are on the inside.
Yeah, well, that's a warm place, man. With them, all those especially.
So what did they say when they got it?
Well, they said, when I turned it on, it got a little hot, so he opened it up, and sure enough, it was a little dirty, and there was a couple of bugs inside. He didn't say what kind of bugs, but he said, "I'm not leaving you a bad review or anything, but anyway, I don't open up stereo receiver cases and look to see how clean they are. I just test them to see if they work, and then I sell them."
Yeah, I don't either.
So that could happen. I mean,
I was watching this guy. He was talking. It was just a short. He was talking about that he shipped a 1974 receiver to this guy, and he said, he cleans the outside like y'all do. He pulls the cover in, he vacuums out the inside of it. The guy got it, and he says, I can tell that the seal's been broken on it, broken on it. Did you pull the cover? And he said, yeah, to vacuum out the inside. He says, well, I don't know what else you did with it. I want to return it. The guy must have just had buyer's remorse or something like that. Because how many people are going to say, I don't want it because you opened up the cover and vacuumed out the inside of it to get God only knows what's in there. What he said? Say, hey Beth. Hey Miss Beth.
Hi.
I wiped a boogie on it.
Yeah. Oh, that was Aunt Momo. That was Auntie Momo. Did you see her pop up? Yeah, that's Great Uncle Todd and Great Uncle Scott, otherwise known as Gut and Gus.
Yeah, Beth, that kind of stuff's gonna happen. Not
It's
often.
never happened to me before, and it was just devastating. I worked so hard to keep everything just right, and it's just.
Could it have been inside of the poly bag?
That's where it was.
No, I'm talking about before you.
Well, I wouldn't have put the piece of clothing in the poly bag. I mean, I don't think. No, it was inside the plastic bag, which is inside the poly bag. No,
okay.
It happened after it was stored in the garage.
Okay. Oh, so the garment was inside of a gallon bag, and then when you shipped it, it was inside of the poly bag.
Yeah, and these are not Ziploc bags. They're plastic clear bags. But like I said, they don't have Ziplocs on them, and I seal them with a Dymo label that's got the title on it and the item, so I can just grab it. So there are some gaps, but man, just. I hope there's people in the chat. I can't see the chat. I'm driving, but I hope there's people in the chat that are telling me that this is happening.
Buck says he's never had bugs.
Everybody's been nice except for Lag. He's being an asshole.
I mean, these roaches that we have are so big, and I had a friend. She was an art teacher. They're so big that she used to make earrings out of them, and she would decorate them and with sparkles, and she made earrings out of them. And we used to have contests every year with the kids. They had to bring whoever could bring the biggest one, and I mean, these things are huge, and it's not like it's a little bug.
Right.
It's not a little thing.
Yeah.
Lag, you're not nice.
Oh, I hate to bring this up. This is way off course.
Okay, don't.
Well, I want to do it anyway for Craig. I have seen just like shorts of the TV series Ghosts. And so last night I started watching the episodes. And in one of the episodes, the Victorian lady in the green dress who hates Irish, she's standing in front of like a fireplace, and then there's a picture over the fireplace, and then there's some to each side of it. The one on the left side of the fireplace was an upside down a painting of an upside down pineapple. Sorry, I had to go back and watch that thing 3 times. Is that really a pineapple?
I thought you were going to talk about his daughters again. I'm like, you might be obsessed with his daughters.
Whose daughter? Oh, Craig's.
Yeah.
No. Oh, easy.
I was gonna be like, Craig, they got a stalker.
Look, baby, you're the one who hit my headphones. Okay. Huh? I'm getting ready to get off of here. He feels like he's wet.
Damn it.
When you go to yard sales and all you see is little kids' clothes, like little kids' clothes, it's been a long time since we've had little kids. Yes. And
man, it's the cheapest way to outfit a kid. They'll give you kids' clothes. They'll give it away for free.
this kid doesn't even live here full time, and he's got more clothes than I do, and as Jaja does.
Well, it does take a lot more fabric to make your clothes, Tom.
Yeah, I know that. Excuse me. I do have 2 teepees on the bottom now. They are all the way through. I'm ready for a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
I had peanut butter and egg yesterday. It was not bad.
Was it really? I was going to ask you about that. That just sounds kind of harsh.
Phil.
What did Phil say?
His diapers are cheaper than yours.
Phil, don't be a. And that's another thing too. Lord have mercy. Diapers are expensive, and I don't have him all the time. We're taking him up to his great grandmother's tomorrow morning, so it's our first road trip with him. I mean, I've taken him down to Rock Hill, but that's like 40 minutes away. This is a 2-hour trip. I'm going to take him to see Granny and Poppy tomorrow.
A 3-hour tour or what?
It's a 2-hour trip. You're going to go see Bobo in the morning, aren't you?
Yesterday, I watched one of these things. You know, they're always saying we switch timelines, whatever effect it is. And they were trying to say, listen to the Gilligan's Island theme. And it doesn't have the Professor and Marianne in it. And they're like, when did they do it? And everybody called them and go, hey, idiots. They didn't. That was the first season. They didn't put the whole song with Professor and Marianne in it till the second season.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't know whether they were going to be permanent characters. Yes, you're both.
What, are they going to die or something on the island?
I don't know.
They just said they went through all the names in the song, and then instead of saying Professor and Marianne, they said and the rest.
Yeah. So what did you take? What did you take away from Kevin's show?
I would just total agreement.
Change your program?
No, I ain't gonna change anything. Except always try to be better at sourcing.
Yeah.
We never
if I can buy 10 good things and 100 bad things, I need to become a better sourcer and just try to only get the good things.
See, my argument would be that as a full-time reseller who is trying to earn a living with this, you have to be open to the possibility of anything as an available thing that you can sell. I don't sell clothing, but when I was in the thrift store, there was Arc'teryx pants in there. I know what the hell Arc'teryx is. I know those are $400 and $500 pants. I bought them and sold them, but I'm not a clothing seller.
Yeah, college speaker always talks about Arc'teryx and stuff.
But you've got to if there's an item there that you can make money on, like this clock, because I made $10. I had a total of 48 hours. That's no huge money maker, but it takes a lot of items for most people to sell.
Yeah, that song stuck in my head now. It's all y'all's fault.
So JT says, just saw you process a billboard CD. Do compilation sell? No, JT, they don't sell. This is what sold yesterday. They don't sell.
Well, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to stop at my Whataburger for my Diet Coke, and y'all have a great weekend, everyone.
All righty.
Is their Diet Coke as good as
Thanks
McDonald's?
for coming on.
Is their Diet Coke as good as McDonald's?
No, they're not, but they're bigger and they last me longer when I'm at work. So
yeah, McDonald's.
And there's no McDonald's anywhere near here at all.
All right, just checking. Have a good weekend, Dad.
Me too.
How about?
I figure out how to get out of here when I'm driving.
I don't think it was Ronco, but back in the 70s, they had the compilation disc. You know what I'm talking? Remember seeing the advertising on TV?
Yeah, this was one of them. This was part of a 10-disc set. We list them all individual. Some guy bought 3 of them. Hundreds of jukebox hits from the 60s and 70s. He bought disc 6, disc 3, and disc 2. Disc 1, 5, 7 are still, and 8 or 9 are still over there. And then certain years sell better than others. 88 was a pretty solid year. But it's, see, people don't understand. Anybody remember Terry Clark from the 90s? She was a good singer in the 90s. Movie soundtracks do real well. There's Mermaid 2. And then we got Band of Oz. They're beach music. I don't know what Ronnie Law sings. I really don't know what that guy sings. I think she's gospel. And this is some kind of computer game or some kind of observatory that was stuck in one of the pallets we sold it to.
Yeah.
So it makes so JT. It's with a music store. Man, you just gotta list stuff. You have no idea what's going to sell. We just list it. We look it up to see what it's worth. I don't know if any of those were. If any of those, I think most of those are regular $9.99.
You mentioned beach music.
Here's the one.
Were you a shagger when you were in your ute?
No, my mother listened to it. I never did. So the jukebox one, the one guy bought 4 of those jukebox ones. They were buy 3 get 1 free. So he ended up spending $29 for those 4. So I've got maybe $2 in all 4 of them. So that buy 3 get 1 free does really well. That Little Mermaid sold for $12, and that Celia Black sold for $12.50. So there were 2 of them that were, I would consider premium, anything over the $8.99.
Right.
And then there was one guy who decided he'd buy 4, which is, they buy 4. That's amazing. Buy 3 get 1 free.
Right.
Because even that's $28 is what he paid, and the shipping on that for those 4, the shipping goes from $4.47 to $5.22. So you got a 75-cent change. Is all you've got.
So, what do you think, Scott? I got some eyeglass frames, new with tags.
Kevin
would listies here?
Kevin would have told you not to pick those up because that's not premium sourcing there.
I know.
Be right back.
Would those sell?
Trying to find my remote.
Would you use listies here on those, or would you use just?
So what happens when you scan the barcode? Can you find them on eBay?
About 2/3 of them are on eBay.
I bet as long as you got the barcode in the picture, listies you'll do great. The other ones, most of the time, don't they have like on the arm like the name of the pattern or whatever and who made them?
Right.
I would just make sure I got a good picture of that because remember, the more data you can give it, it would be fine.
Would you do the bulk lister or the individual, or what do you call it?
Or the bulk or the
flex?
Flex. It wouldn't matter. I'd probably. How many you got there?
With the
20 or 30?
Something of 15, 16.
15. I'd throw them in bulk. Just it wouldn't take that much to deal with them.
Okay, guys, I gotta go, and I gotta close this out through the task manager because I can't find my freaking mouse. So y'all have a great weekend.
I flung it underneath the chair back there.
So
it's
we
probably
will
on
see.
your 3D printer. And Monday tonight you're gonna tell us, damn, I 3D printed another mouse. Couldn't believe it.
I won't be doing that. All righty. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you tonight if you have a show. Todd, thanks for the show.
Yeah.
Everybody in chat, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Todd, I don't think it really matters. The only thing that I might put it through Flex is unless you're pretty sure about the prices. If you were going to sell them all similar price, I would do batch. If you want to individually price them, I would do Flex.
I was just going to do $15.99 and just run them all.
I do batch then. If price is not a concern and you don't need Price Easier to help you look them all up, hey, just kick Tom out. Just boot him out. I'm tired of looking at him.
Kick me out, Todd. Bye.
Okay.
He was struggling mightily. I'm like, dang, I know how to solve this problem. Kick him out. Kick him out. But yeah, the CDs are JT. Like today, I'm listing this one. This is some kind of game. Normally, without List Easier, there's no barcode. It'd be tough. I got these are the ones that I left out here for me to list. Sonny and Cher. I bought this at Harlan's auction. And then some of the stuff that you don't understand. I looked this one up in the thrift store the other day. I heard of the Sundays. They're an alternative group from, I think, the late 80s, early 90s. That's a $30 CD.
Really?
Yeah. But then I had real good luck with a lot of these compilations like this. Well, that's a movie. I'm sorry. Let's jump in the movie. The odd movies which you've never heard of will have a song on there that you can't find anywhere. And I think that one's $15.99. And then you get the strange. Is this the one that? Yeah, that's the one we sold without a.
So do you comp every one of those?
No, Jacob does. When I'm buying them locally, I try to buy them in groups. You know, like I'll buy them on Senior Day where they're 25% off. So I just pick the ones I think will do all right. The gospel ones seem to, contemporary Christians has been doing real well. Like Matthew West and Jeremy Camp and those kind of singers. Those tend to get people buying them in multiples, which has been real nice. So I try to buy a lot of those. It's just been a lot of learning. So Chastity says she loves the Sunday. I don't know if I've even heard a song by them, Chastity.
What percentage of your CD sales are buy 3 get 1 free?
That's probably used 4 or 5 times a week.
Compared to how many one-offs?
Mostly.
So you mostly sell one-offs.
Yeah, mostly it's one-offs. And like today, it's I've got 11 orders. Of the 11 orders, only one's a multiple. The other 10 orders are
Columbia House.
Yeah, Columbia House. At least I think. Yeah, the other 10. No, I'm sorry. Here's one. Deshauna, somebody. She's a repeat buyer. So is she a repeat buyer on this one or from before? That's the other thing I've seen on this thing, Todd, is, man, the media store, you get a lot. I never pay attention to even seeing repeat buyers on just an everything store, but on this store, I'm sure clothing you would too. Like Beth just told us, you should.
Right.
But no, this person, it says repeat buyer on there just because she's bought from me before. It's not this time. She doesn't have 2 eyes. She's.
So anyway, I just wanted to see everybody's take on what Kevin said.
I mean, I don't think he's wrong. I just think he's oversimplified it.
Yeah.
Because that's a problem we have as YouTubers, is as you show more of what you do, people think it's easier than it is, and until they understand it's a complete system, and and Kevin doesn't show the listing part, which is kind of interesting because.
Yeah, his is all what sold videos with his topic mixed in.
Anissa, you have bad credit in the CD department.
So you have to watch 30 minutes of Kevin's video before he gets to the topic.
All right, Corey. When are we going to talk about this? Tuesday? I need to make myself a note to show up on the Tuesday show. Because I am concerned a little bit, Corey, about the media store now that it's hit 6 months. That, you know, how well are the first listings going to perform?
Anissa doesn't watch Kevin?
I generally don't have the time.
Well, I do, so I do. Because I only work 4 hours a day reselling.
But hey, you can get a summary and it'll tell you what he said.
Right.
If I was going to watch anybody, it would definitely be Kevin, though, because I think he does give out good information and he means well. You know, nobody's ever going to accuse Kevin of, you know, doing something out of malice or, you know what I mean? He's generally a good person.
Yeah.
Unlike Teresa, who is evil. Teresa's evil. I was trying to get Corey killed last night.
Yeah. Anyway, what is Friday? Let's see. I guess we got to watch John tonight.
Yeah, I don't have that many 11 orders to ship because my last shipment went out yesterday at 2:30, so I zeroed out at 2:30.
Bum, bum, bum.
Did you read what he said about Teresa will lead you into a fiery end with a smile?
Oh, wait. I was laughing at Hank's thing. Let's see. She's a cool cat. I like Teresa.
Yeah, it's fun on Thursday nights just to sit back and see how crazy stuff can you type in the chat. Oh
Yeah, I wonder
God.
what the summary on my show would look like.
And then when Chris's wife came on and gave him hell too. Oh Lord.
Old geezers put people to sleep quicker than any other channel.
Yeah.
God, turntables are hard to pack.
Yeah, your summary good source and killed by a cockroach.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got beer again, so I can drink on Friday night.
Ooh.
I remembered to buy some beer. This 24 pack will probably last me till June.
Yeah, the grocery store had Guinness on sale for St. Patrick's Day, and I bought a 6-pack. I may pop one of those out.
The mountain lion. I'm telling you, cats just lay around and think about your demise. Yeah, and I just went straight redneck. I got some Miller Lite.
You don't like Guinness? It's an acquired taste. It's better if it comes right out of the draft, right out of the keg instead of in bottles.
Hey, Ron, that's awesome, man. That's great to hear, buddy.
Yay. Well,
JT, nobody likes a quitter.
Take care of yourself, Ron.
I haven't had a beer since yesterday. But I'm also one that, if you've quit for sobriety reasons, I have a lot of respect for you. I've just been fortunate. I've never had an issue with it.
Yeah.
I could take it or leave it. I'm one of these people who likes to be in control. So the idea of getting too drunk never appealed.
All right, folks. We'll see y'all later.
All right. The end of the world.